All this time, you've been telling yourself a comfortable lie that she's just not interested, that she's distant, distracted, maybe even immature. But you've been reading the entire situation backwards. What you're calling disinterest is actually observation. You're not being rejected. You're being watched. And the moment you understand that, everything changes. Younger women, especially the ones who feel drawn to older men, don't test you the way you expect. They don't challenge you directly. They don't spell things out. They don't give you clean signals you can analyze and feel safe about. They slow everything down, and then they watch what you do next. That space you feel, that silence that makes you uncomfortable, that's not distance. That's evaluation. You're sitting with her. The vibe is good. She's engaged. She's laughing. She leans in. There's a rhythm, a connection, something real. Then suddenly something shifts. She pulls back, just slightly. She gets quieter, less expressive. And inside your head, everything speeds up. Did I mess up? Is she losing interest? Should I fix this? That internal spiral right there, that panic, that's what she's actually reacting to. Most men fail in that exact moment, not because they say something wrong, but because they react instead of holding frame. They start performing. They fill the silence. They try to recover something that didn't even need saving. And without realizing it, they become the man trying to win back what he just lost. That's where attraction quietly dies, because younger women are used to men doing exactly that. Effort on demand, attention on tap, reassurance whenever things feel uncertain. So when she's with an older man, that's not what she's testing for. She's watching something much deeper. Can you stay grounded when the ground shifts? Most men can't. And the worst part? They don't even realize they just failed because she won't confront it. She'll just feel it and slowly pull back. You think you're being respectful. You think you're not forcing anything. But from her perspective, it feels like hesitation. And hesitation kills attraction faster than rejection ever will. She's not waiting for the perfect moment. She's watching whether you create one. She leaves the space open. She lets the tension build. She lets the silence sit. And then she waits, not for you to understand it, but for you to step into it. Most men need clarity before they act. She's only offering something that works with movement. You've seen the signals. She stays a little longer than necessary. She shares something slightly personal, then pulls back. She holds eye contact just a second too long, then looks away. Those aren't random. Those are openings. And every time you don't move, you send the same message without saying a word. I need this to feel safe before I act. She feels that instantly. Attraction doesn't disappear all at once. It drains slowly, quietly, moment by moment, every time you hesitate. Most men respond by analyzing. They study her. They try to read every signal perfectly. They wait until they're sure, but that mindset puts you in the wrong role. You're tracking instead of leading, and then the same cycle repeats. She shows interest, creates space, waits. You delay. You hesitate. She tries again. You pause again. And then she's gone. No argument. No explanation. No dramatic ending. Just gone. And you're left replaying everything in your head, trying to figure out what happened. But nothing happened. You stayed still while she was waiting to see if you'd move. She doesn't want to define the moment for you. She creates a situation where you either step in, either randomer or reveal that you won't. She's watching how you handle uncertainty. Does it freeze you, or do you move through it? Because the second you stop waiting for permission, something shifts. You stop asking, is this the right moment? And you decide that it is. You've felt those moments before, that pull, that quiet intensity, that internal voice that says, now, and you ignored it, not because you didn't want to act, but because you wanted to be certain first. And that's exactly what cost you the moment. Once you start seeing this pattern, you stop blaming her or the situation, and you start seeing the mechanics underneath everything. That's why I put the breakdown in the description. It connects these dots in a way that hits instantly, so you don't keep repeating the same silent mistakes over and over again. Because right now, there's already a moment in your head, a girl, a situation, a shift you didn't take. It wasn't dramatic, just a small opening, and you stayed still. She was there, present, open enough. You felt it, that internal pull, and you hesitated. 1 second passed, then another. Nothing visible changed, but something did. Your hesitation landed. You're walking with her late at night. The conversation fades, but the tension doesn't. She stays close, close enough that you can feel it. You say something light. She smiles, looks ahead, goes quiet. Most men panic there. They talk more. They try to fix the silence, but nothing needed fixing. She opened the space. It was yours. Leave it untouched long enough, and it closes on its own. Not because she shut it, but because you let it expire. Same thing over text. She was engaged, playful, then suddenly shorter replies, longer gaps. You feel the shift. Most men chase, double text, over-explain, try to pull her back, but she didn't leave. She slowed it down to watch you, to see if you'd stay grounded or start needing her attention to feel stable. She's not reading your words. She's reading what your behavior says about you. And here's what most men completely miss. She'll open something slightly personal. Not a full confession, just enough. Then she stops. And she waits. Stay surface level, and it closes. Go too deep too fast, and she retreats. But if you meet it with the right weight, she stays right there with you. No roadmap, no green light, just a moment that reads you. Most men destroy what's building by trying to lock it down too early. They want certainty. They want confirmation. So they reach for something that's still forming, and the pressure alone changes everything. She was inside the moment with you. Now she steps outside of it to observe you. Moving differently looks like this. You feel the opening, and you go, no overthinking, no internal checklist, just movement, because hesitation doesn't read as careful. It reads as a man who doesn't trust himself, and she feels that before she even consciously processes it. But when you move with certainty, something settles. She relaxes. She leans into the exact place she already wanted to go, because she was never asking you to be perfect. She was just waiting to see if you take the lead or make her carry it. If you don't want to keep missing these moments, if you're tired of feeling like things almost happen but never fully land, then pay attention to this. Subscribe to Love Lies and Reality, because this is where we break down the patterns most men never even realize they're trapped in. And if you want the full blueprint that connects all of this together step by step, check the description. Because once you see it clearly, you don't go back to second guessing. And next time that moment shows up, it will feel exactly the same. A pause, a silence, a window. The only difference, you won't hesitate. And that changes everything.